Hello everyone, my name is Jose Duarte.
And I'm Angela Harwell.
We are with the Orion Commercial Realty Group and Coldwell Banker Apex. And we wanted to share with you a few terms that are important for commercial real estate. There are so many terms, so many numbers out there that we'd like to share some of them so that you can understand them better. And according to the Texas Realtors, we have, for instance, gross lease, which is the most basic type of leases where the tenant pays for base rent and the landlord assumes the operating costs. We also have a hybrid or modified gross lease, which, as the term may imply, some of those expenses are shared at the beginning and then they operate differently as the lease goes on. A single net lease is a lease where the tenant pays the base rent and also pays the real estate taxes. The lease removes some of the expenses from the landlord. What are some of the other ones that come to mind?
Some of the other ones that we see on a regular basis are a double net lease. This is a lease type where the tenant pays the base rent and the property taxes, same as with a single net lease case, like what Jose just mentioned, but they also pay for building insurance. So that's adding a little bit more expense onto the tenant's burden. The most common type of lease that we see today is the triple net lease. Sometimes you hear it as an NNN lease or a net lease. A lot of times, even when you hear net lease, a lot of times the true indication is that is a triple net lease. And what that means is it's a lease type where the tenant pays the base rent plus their prorate share of property taxes, property insurance, and common area maintenance. Another type of lease that we hear about, not quite as commonly, but sometimes it can make a deal work. It's called a percentage rent lease, and that gets a little bit more difficult to understand. It's a little bit more complex. It's a lease provision that's typically associated with businesses that experience some cycle in their revenue, as far as like grocery stores or some other more seasonal businesses, retailers that can receive most of their revenue during particular shopping periods. So in that type of lease, there is an agreed point where the landlord has the opportunity to share in some of that tenant's success. So there, as you can see, there's a lot of different types of leases out there to navigate.
Yes, so it is important to surround yourself with the right team, with the right people, knowledgeable people that can help you understand the terms, the numbers, so that you know what you're walking into before you sign the dotted line.
Absolutely. So if you've got any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at orioncrg.com. Thank you.